everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time here, then hi, my name is Lauren, and on my channel we mostly talk about anything luxury, but we also discuss lifestyle and beauty. So if you're interested in any of these topics, please consider subscribing to my channel, and we'll get started with the video. So in today's video, I'm going to be presenting you a review of the Yves Saint Laurent Sac de Jour in size nano. So if you're curious to hear my thoughts on this bag, then please keep on watching. Alright, so let's start by talking about the pros of this handbag, because I feel like the pros definitely outweigh the cons. There are so many good things to say about this bag. This is actually one of my favorite handbags out of my entire bag collection. And the first good thing that I have to say about this handbag is going to be the price. So this bag currently retails for $2,600 plus tax, which I feel like is quite a reasonable price point these days for a designer handbag. So truth be told, I actually did not pay this price because I got this handbag such a long time ago. This was actually, believe it or not, one of my first designer handbags. So I got it something like 7 or 8 years ago, and at the time I remember paying $1,400 plus tax, which I felt was extremely reasonable. But still, if you are paying $2,600, I still feel like it's reasonable, especially given the good wear and tear and overall the good quality of the handbag, which is what we're going to talk about next. Next up, in terms of pros, we have the functionality of this handbag and overall the practicality of the bag. So what I mean by that is that it is a bag that can be carried different ways. So obviously it has the two top handles right here, so this bag can be carried by hand as a handbag. Because the handles are actually pretty small, I am able to fit it around my elbow. This might not be the case for everyone, but I just wanted to mention it, that if you are on the petite side, you might be able to do that. And the next thing, really, that is the big seller for me is that this is a crossbody handbag because it comes with a strap that's like this. And what's really nice is that the strap is adjustable, it has different holes, and it's an excellent crossbody bag for tall people, which is really hard to find. So if you've been subscribed to my channel for a while, you probably know by now that I am 5'11" or 180 centimeters, which is really, really tall. So it makes it such that it's very hard for me to find bags that work as a crossbody bag. Most bags that work for crossbody are for shorter girls. And then, you know, when I try them on, I get so disappointed because they just like don't work for me. They just look terrible because the bag like fits like right under my boob or, you know, barely at my hip, and it just doesn't look flattering. But this is an excellent choice of handbag if you are on the taller side and you want a crossbody handbag. The next good thing to mention about this handbag is going to be its size, and I'm sure you're confused and you don't know what I mean by that. And the reason why is because I mean so many different things by that. So this bag actually comes in different sizes, and size nano, which I have right here, is the smallest size. It also comes in size baby and then in size small. So I actually used to have a size small, but I ended up selling it because I didn't find the size to be as practical for me. So I have done, before letting go of the bag on my channel, a review and a size comparison of size nano and then size small. So if you are interested in seeing that video, then I will go ahead and leave it in the little information link over here for you to see it. FYI, this was one of my first videos on my channel, so I'm sure the quality is not the best, but it has a lot of views, so hopefully, you know, it was interesting. So this bag is the smallest size, but it actually fits a whole lot, which I was really surprised, because when you look at the bag, it seems like you will only be able to fit things right here, and then because it gets, you know, thinner right here towards the top, it's just not as wide as the bottom. You would think that, you know, this is like wasted space, and I honestly do not know how this works, but this bag really holds quite a bit compared to its size, which is really nice because you are able to fit, you know, a little bit more than just the essentials. So that means I'm able to put like a small water bottle as well as a sunscreen, plus, you know, card holder, car key, all that good stuff. So for me, this is great because I use this bag mainly as a day bag, and you know, for a day bag, I want to still be able to take some stuff and not just like, you know, my card holder, point blank, that's it. So that's really nice. The next thing about the size is because it's still small, it's not too bulky to carry it as a crossbody bag. A lot of bags that are larger, although they may still have this crossbody option because they may come with a strap, at least for me, in my opinion, don't look good to be carried as a crossbody bag. But this really is not the case of this one. This one looks adorable carried as a crossbody bag. So the next thing that we're going to talk about, the next really good thing about this handbag is its versatility. So I have mentioned using this bag as a day bag, and I feel like this works really nicely with so many different types of outfits, of day outfits, for so many different occasions. You know, if you're like exploring a new city, this is perfect because it has that crossbody option. This could work really nicely, you know, for example, with like a pair of shorts, with like a jumpsuit, with, you know, pair of pants, with a dress, with a skirt. You really can't go wrong with this bag. It looks good with everything, with so many different colors. You know, I tend to wear a lot of black, even in the summertime. This time I made an effort, it's mixed with white, but usually it's just like plain black. So for me, having this like small pop of color is excellent. It's so versatile to use during the day, but not only during the day. So this, in my mind, can also be a bag that you could take out in the evenings, especially if it's, you know, like a more casual type of evening. Would I take this bag to a Michelin star restaurant? Probably not. But at the same time, you know, you have to recognize that that doesn't happen every day, at least for me, sadly. I wish, wishful thinking. So for me, this is really a good option to take out on most casual nights. If you're, you know, going to like a small, you know, burger place or whatnot, this is an excellent option. So I love this bag because it's very versatile, transitions well from day to night, but also is really good to use during different seasons. I know that like this, it looks like it would be mostly geared towards, you know, spring and summer because it is a lighter colored handbag. It's a pink handbag, but because the shade of pink almost looks like nude, this would also be something that I at least would be comfortable using in the winter time and in the fall time, when, you know, the sky is blue and there's a lot of sunlight and all that good stuff. Then that would be for me something that would be feasible. So this is not going to be a bag that's going to stay, you know, on your shelf for like months at a time because you cannot find an opportunity to wear it. That is just not possible. And lastly, the last good thing to say about this bag is going to be the wear and tear. So like I've mentioned at the beginning of the video, I have gotten this handbag like 7 years ago. So this is what I would call an old bag, an oldie but a goodie, because the wear and tear has been phenomenal on this bag. It's incredible how new it looks for how much I have worn it, because, you know, truth be told, there are some of my handbags that I have gotten a really long time ago, but that I have almost not worn. And so obviously it makes sense that the wear and tear is great because I have not worn the bag, but this is really not the case. I have worn this bag so much and so many times, and I have not been extremely careful about this handbag. This is not, you know, one of the handbags that I baby, like my Chanel bags, because the price is still affordable-ish. So I feel confident, you know, taking it out and just like not paying as much attention as I would with a Chanel bag. The type of leather is smooth leather, which usually I'm very careful, you know, about like lambskin and stuff like that. But this smooth leather, it has been really good about not getting, you know, a whole lot of scratches. And although this bag is obviously a lighter colored handbag, I have not, finger crossed, to this day had any problems with color transfer. So this is the bag of the handbag. I have not been cautious about, you know, not wearing it with like dark denim and dark fabrics and all that. And I have not had any problems. As you can see, this still looks like perfect. There are no, traces of black or anything like that. So really, the wear and tear on this has been phenomenal. So if you are looking for a bag that ages well, this is a terrific option. So now moving on to the cons of this handbag, and here, to be quite frank, I had to scratch my head and think to come up with something to say that's bad about this bag, because it is one of my favorites. It's something that I always, look forward to taking out and feel, still really, really happy to have after all of these years. So it was hard to find some cons. But I would say something that I don't really understand why is this bag actually comes with a padlock right here with like a key so that you could potentially close the bag. But the problem with that is that this, although it's wrapped in leather, rests against the handbag, and the small wear and tear that is actually on the bag comes from this, resting against the leather and just, scratching the material. So what I have done now, but didn't know at the time when I first got it, is that I put this inside the handbag, so right here, so it doesn't damage the bag anymore. But then you are also taking up a little bit of space inside with this. So I don't really understand like the feature of this. I don't feel like it's necessary to close the bag, but apparently it is. So this is something that I would, get rid of if I could, but it's not like a huge con either. So the next and already last con about this bag is the fact that it's not super easy to get in and out of. Because it's quite tight right here towards the top. When you put your hands inside to reach for stuff, sometimes it has happened that I have damaged my nails doing so. So I actually have press-on nails. So sometimes like they'll get unglued and I have to glue a nail back on because, I broke a nail trying to get in the bag. So that has happened. It's not the most convenient thing. It can also be a pro in the sense that, it is pretty hard for other people to get in your bag, but it's also hard for yourself to get in your bag. So if you are looking for something in a hurry, I would not recommend using this bag. And the next thing really also has to do with the inside of the bag. If you're looking at the inside of the bag, the inside doesn't have any compartments. It only has like a small pocket on the side. But, so the small pocket is right here. I'm not sure you'll be able to see it. It's right here. So the pocket is so tight and so closely like tied to the bag that it is impossible to fit anything in the pockets. So it's basically a bag that doesn't have any compartments, and because of the size of the bag, it is a little bit prohibitive to put a bag organizer inside, because for such a small bag, at least for me, a bag organizer takes up additional space, and it's kind of a defeated purpose, so to speak, because sure, it will be easier to find things because you have a bag organizer with different compartments, but because the bag is pretty small to begin with, you already ruined some space trying to put up a bag organizer inside. So not the most convenient, but I have not had any problems. Granted that I have, time to take things out of my handbag and that I don't like rush through and break a nail. This hasn't been like a huge problem. It's like a small con to think about if you're interested in getting this handbag. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video was beneficial and informational for you. In case you were looking at acquiring an Yves Saint Laurent Sac de Jour in size nano, I would highly recommend it. Once again, although this is, one of the oldest bags in my designer bag collection, it is still a bag that I love to take out. This bag is well worn, doesn't have a whole lot of wear and tear. The price is very reasonable, and as you've been able to tell from the video, the pros definitely outweigh the cons. So if you are interested in getting this handbag, run to get it, because it is such a great investment. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.